morning, St. Louis, and welcome back to Under the Arch. I'm your host, James Clark, on the all-new Praise 99.5 FM. We have had a very informative day today and want to welcome into the studio Sister Winnie Caldwell, who has a growing blog. One of the things that I can appreciate about social media is it gives people a platform. And too often, prior to social media, we were pigeonholed into mainstream narrative. But sister, you have come and you have a growing fan base through a Christian-based blog. Why did you decide to get into this particular genre?
Well, hello. Thank you for the opportunity, James
Yes.
Clark. And it's funny, and I don't even know if you're aware of this, but this is my first live radio interview, and you were the very first person that I interviewed as a writer. And I don't know if you know that, but when I used to write for Deluxe magazine,
Yes, I do remember that. Yes,
that was my very first interview, and so I just thought it was funny how things come full circle. But
that's how God works.
oh yeah, and I had an amazing time writing for Deluxe, but I wanted more. And you know, when you want more, sometimes you have to create your own. And that's how I was raised, you know, to just create my own empire. My mom always said, Winnie, you're gonna have Winnie Ware, you're gonna be the next Oprah, you know. And as a kid, I'm like, oh, you crazy, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
But then once I got older and started realizing my purpose, that I love to help people and I love to write, I just combined both of those. And so I use my blog through WordPress. It's a platform online, and that's kind of where I wanted to start as far as giving advice and kind of like having like my own advice column per se. But now I'm able to reach the masses and doing what I love.
No, Winnie, I can tell you that the best advice that I can give you is that as you're building, always look to set a platform for someone else who's building.
Oh yeah, most
so
definitely.
I just think that is the key to success, is as doors are open for you, open doors for other people. Yeah, so tell us a little bit about your blog.
Well, I'm glad that you gave me that advice because that's what my plan is. I've started already. I have 4 bloggers now that write for me consistently. Because you see, I have my little boy here / assistant who's recording.
Bringing them up right.
Oh yeah, and but I can't devote myself full time to writing, you know, and also being a full-time mother and engaging in other things. And so I have a writer in Chicago who contributes love and relationship advice from a faith-based point of view. I have a writer from Atlanta who contributes and talks about anxiety and depression, because I don't think that that's something that's highlighted enough. I also have a writer here in St. Louis who gives a male perspective on anything, and he ties in faith and scripture with all of that. And I have a brand new writer who'll be starting this month on doing like do-it-yourself articles for aspiring entrepreneurs, because that's what the Wire Hanging by Winnie is all about, aspiring entrepreneurs.
No, I can say that those 4 areas are very, very important.
Well,
why do you think the issue of anxiety is important?
Because I've dealt with it myself, and I feel like that's something that a lot of people don't highlight. It's very serious.
Yes.
I mean, we can see it all around. It's a lot of crime going on, and we just think that these people are bad people. They're not always bad. They have some deeper, you know, issue going on. If we see somebody walking down the street, you know, laughing to themselves or talking to themselves, 9 times out of 10, I see people laugh at them instead of saying, oh my God, they may need help.
Yeah.
You know, and so, and even if it's not to that extreme, I mean, me and my son, we survived a tornado. And you wouldn't know that by looking at us.
Yes.
You know, but we lost everything. And that was when I realized that I needed to go to therapy. I had flashbacks and everything. And when I went to therapy, I realized there was other things I needed to talk to her about besides surviving a tornado. And it helped me. It helped me tremendously to be to where I am, to have me help and inspire people from a genuine place in my heart, you know, and more than just a business.
No, I can commend you for your courage.
Thank you.
Because when you talk about anxiety, when you talk about the issues of mental health, African Americans, we're the last ones to deal with mental health issues. And then one thing that we have to realize is that anxiety is common amongst every human being. Everyone has a certain amount of anxiety. I think that anxiety is God's way of humbling us
Oh yeah.
to keep leaning on Him.
Yes.
Because if we didn't have anxiety about almost everything, we would think that we could do it ourselves.
Right.
So I commend you for being able to understand how important it is that we as Christians deal with anxiety, and how we as African Americans understand the needs to address our mental health needs. We're the last people to seek therapy. We're the last people to go for counseling. We're the last people to go for drug treatment. So your vision of using your blog to educate people about the issues of anxiety is very important. Then you deal with relationships.
Yes.
Why? And you know, I can say that we as African Americans, we need a special amount of therapy between men and women to begin to have a atmosphere where we can foster strong relationships. Right now, we almost need to call a truce.
Yeah.
Because African American men, we're at one place and women are at another place, and the dialogue is so superficial and so unreal. What is your perspective, and how do you use your blog to educate people on preparing for healthy relationships?
Well, I definitely agree, and I think I actually I have my writer Tatiana, who's in Chicago, and that's who writes about love and relationships. I found out about her because I was her fan. I saw her on the website, blackandmarriedwithkids.com. It's pretty huge. They've been featured in Essence magazine. And I just saw this girl talking about the importance of, you know, being abstinent, or the importance of staying true to yourself and not changing yourself to say that you love someone else, because it's not really showing love, you know?
Yeah.
And I was like, who is this? Anytime I read something and I love it, I look at the byline to see who wrote it.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna lie, I stalked her. I'm like, okay, Tatiana Green. Let me see if I can find her on Facebook, Instagram. And I found her, and I was like, I love what you wrote, you know? And I started following her. And I thought that something like that was needed for my blog. Like, I wanted to give, I already saw she had a platform, but I wanted to give her another platform, because before going to that website, I didn't know about her. So I'm sure there's other people here in St. Louis or in other cities that didn't know about her, and I wanted to get her voice out there. And so she's helped me. I'm very blessed to have her as a writer, because I don't have to give her any direction. She just takes it and goes with it. I edit it and I post it, and when I read it, it blesses me each time, you know. But I think just with being a young single black woman, I wanted to bring more awareness to it, and that's why I chose to do so.
Yeah, and I commend you for understanding the need to address the issue, because right now African American women suffer the most from not having the help of a mate. When you look at the numbers, 57% of white women get married, 80% of Asian women get married, and African Americans, only 10% of African American women will have a lifelong spouse. So I do think that African American women need to begin to share information that will encourage and strengthen them in their plight. So then you will have a do-it-yourself segment to your blog that focuses on entrepreneurship.
Yes.
Talk a little bit about that.
Okay, so I actually just read Genesis. That's going to be my newest writer, Genesis Geis. And her first post that she just sent to me, it's not uploaded yet, but if you subscribe to the Wire Hanger by Winnie.com, you'll get it as soon as it posts. But it's more so about taking care of yourself, like do it yourself. So in order to get yourself in a peaceful frame of mind, she advises yoga or meditating. That's something that, you know, a lot of people in our culture may not do all the time, or may not know how to do. And it can even escalate from just fixing yourself, but also creating opportunities for yourself. So one project that I did personally, I created my own office space at home. I created my own desk. I have my own little corner, you know, in my apartment, because when I go to that corner that it's work time. He knows that it's work time. My son knows. you know, like do not disturb.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
so I think when we get that in our heads that, you know, we can create anything that we want, and if I'm putting that on a platform, it can go way beyond, you know, expectations. So I always try to think of anything that can help those who are trying to build themselves as far as entrepreneur, or even just better themselves personally, like any type of way.
You know, we have a lot of information that we need, and you know, I think that blogging is a way for people to touch and tap into actual real-time narrative. How can a person reach you? I see you have a website.
Yes, it's thewirehangers.winnie.com. You can also find me on all sorts of social media because I'm a blogger, so that's our life. Facebook, thewirehangers.winnie.com. Twitter is Winnie Elizabeth, so it's WinnieElizabeth. You can also find me on Instagram, The Wire Hanger by Winnie, and also Periscope. If you're interested in Periscope, everything is all the same. Only thing that's different is Twitter. So.
Okay, Sister Winnie, want to thank you. You want to share any inspirational words for St. Louis as we head into the new year?
I would just say, for me, one thing that I learned definitely, and I think I was talking to one of your producers about this, but please go into the new year ready, prepared, and plan. You know, if you think that you have a lot that you need to do and don't know where to start, get a planner, write it down. When you write things down, they come into full fruition. So, you know, write it down and get it done.
St. Louis wants you to continue to tune in to the All New Praise 99.5. We will offer you the best information possible. Want you to go to for your social commentary and to stay abreast on issues of anxiety, relationships, because I know that we're struggling right now to build and maintain strong relationships. And then sometimes, ladies, you need to be able to ask a man a question.
Yes.
So on The Wire Hanger by Winnie, there's also a male perspective offered. And then, of course, the do-it-yourself, self-help, and entrepreneurial section to the blog. So, St. Louis, stay informed. Stay informed, and remember, my challenge is for you to speak to, in 2016, say hello to everyone that you make eye contact with. We have got to move out of this realm of just walking around so tapped into our cell phones that we devalue the human contact. So, St. Louis, speak to everyone, and we will be back next week on the all-new Praise 99.5. I'm going to punt now to Domingo, who will be coming on with some real talk on the all-new Praise 99.5 FM.
Nice. That was nice. That was nice.
Good job, sister.
Thank
you.
you.
And we got to have you back on, but I think that when you come back on, let's just take one of those areas
to focus on.
Yeah.
Okay.
So whichever one, because they all have merit. All of them do. Those are good areas that aren't just trending types of points. Those are things. Those are pillars.
Okay.
So whenever you want to come back on, just give me about a 2-week notice. You can reach out to Tierra. If something blows up, Mr. Clark, we got to talk about this. This happened, and we'll get you on. Okay?
I'm trying to think. I know I got a conference I was asked to speak at. I believe it's in April. I'm sure. Hopefully.
No, sis, we'll get you on before April.
That's what I was saying. It might be something before then.
Yeah. No. Anything.
Anthony, there'll always be something popping up too.
If it's something. See, I need to have my eyes and ears. So I'm working with Tierra because I have a reference point. I know the mayor, the chief, the governor, county executive, 1 million police officers, politicians. I don't want to crowd them with this platform. I want to bring people on like you, young, energetic, with a vision. See, so you could be the next Oprah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, see.
I'm claiming it.
So I can have the police chief come on. He'll talk about chief stuff, but you need a platform right now, and we want to give it to you.
Thank you.
Me and Manny.
My man Manny.
My main man Manny. I'm gonna start plugging you on the air.